Hello, everyone. How's it going? All right. So, how is everybody doing? Welcome to the show. Today, we're also on YouTube for the first time. Just making sure everything's working there. It looks good. Looks good. All right. So, if somebody joins on YouTube, I'll also give a shout out quickly there. All right, great. So, welcome to the show. Today is the 9th of August. What is today? Today is Wednesday. It's 3 p.m. European time. Welcome to the show. All right. So, let's see. What kind of news do we have today? So this show, just for those of you who haven't checked it out before, especially those joining us on YouTube for the first time, is a show where we go over the current news in the crypto space. Also, news in AI and GameFi, potentially, because that also has an effect on crypto trading and crypto news. So let's get to it. Bitcoin bulls are in a tough spot as BTC risks returning to 28K. Let's take a look. It's a fun image for a bull run right there. Bitcoin bulls anticipate a 0.2% monthly increase and a 3.3% year-over-year increase in the U.S. Consumer Price Index for July. Market analysts point out that BTC recovery has rather been stagnant and bulls have a hand to play in stabilizing the market. Bitcoin analysts argue that a break below $25,000 would be the end of the 2023 bull market. Total BTC long liquidations on the day exceeded $10.5 million. Bitcoin has seen a roller coaster year since the crypto winter in 2022. According to Binance charts, the live price of Bitcoin stands at $29,340.32 Bitcoin to USD, with a current market cap of $570.55 billion. BTC is plus 1.64% in the last 24 hours, and it remains clear that BTC bulls have a lot of work ahead of them. So, yeah, we're looking at inflation and other numbers having an effect on this, like the CPI score. We'll see how it goes. Hi, Razel41. Hi, Sarah Salette. Nice to have you guys with us. Salam alaikum as well. I believe that's what you said. I'm going to translate this real quick just to be sure. Detect language. Boom. Then. That's not much of a sentence. Then until. Why are you writing then until? I don't get it. Oh, it's in Pashto. Sorry, I don't speak Pashto. But thanks for being with us. It's always interesting to read different languages in here. I've had Sinhalese, Pashto, Arabic, Farsi, I think, as well as like Hindi and a few other languages. It's been quite fun, actually, to have people from all over the world jump on and say something in their local language with their local alphabet, making it interesting for me to try to figure out what to say. I probably need to learn how to say hi. Nice to have you with us in every language. Is PayPal's PYUSD the future of crypto or a threat to decentralization? PayPal's PYUSD stablecoin launch marks a milestone for Ethereum, but raises concerns over transaction costs. PYUSD's introduction sparks fears over similarities to centralized digital currencies, or CBDCs. The crypto community's response to PYUSD is mixed, with both optimism for broader adoption and skepticism over potential centralization. I think that pretty much speaks for itself. Oh, welcome, Chris, to 856. You were on yesterday. I recognize your name. Nice to have you with us. Let's see. Could CBDCs ruin global finance? The reality. Let's take a look. Technological advances have historically streamlined global finance. CBDCs, or central bank digital currencies, might disrupt this trend. CBDCs can redefine cross-border transaction in finance. Their rise could challenge the dominance of systems like SWIFT and the US dollar. They could replace SWIFT, but I don't see how. Let's see. Past technological introductions into the finance space have mostly streamlined processes, but CBDCs, although still in their infancy, might disrupt this flow. 11 countries are already in the CBDC game, with another handful piloting them. These aren't mere financial toys, they represent a stark change in how money is perceived and transacted. Within national borders, CBDCs seem harmless enough. Every central bank can tailor them to their whims. The real drama unfolds when these digital currencies cross borders. Suddenly, the stage is rife with potential barriers and limitations on capital transactions, redefining the landscape of international finance. Moreover, the ongoing geopolitical tango has already driven nations away from Western banking mainstays. China and Russia, for instance, have already been actively carving out alternatives to the US dollar system and the SWIFT banking communication framework. Russia's not allowed to use SWIFT anyways, so that makes sense for them to switch. Hi, Ryan07, Binance user FA36F, and yes, hello. Nice to have you with us. All right. Past technological introductions, we talked about that. Envisioning a CBDC's driven world. 3 potential models could dominate the global CBDC landscape. A neutral broker. Think of an entity akin to today's SWIFT, but for CBDCs. The Bank for International Settlements has already dabbled with such a model. Its scope might be restricted to basic currency exchanges, but its existence could stabilize the transition to a CBDC-driven world. Digital infrastructure for CBDCs. This is a direct interconnected network between nations, something like a digital railway for financial transactions. A prime example in the making is the M-Bridge project involving China, Hong Kong, and others. It promises not just currency transactions, but possibly securities exchanges too. Shared CBDCs, a shared digital currency overseen by multiple nations. This model is viable only for countries deeply interwoven politically and economically. That's interesting. I could see a lot of different options where they mix and match a little bit. Coinbase makes move to buy back junk bond. Let's take a look at this. Let's see what's going on. Coinbase plans to repurchase up to $150 million of its 3.625% junk bonds maturing by 2031. The move comes as Bitcoin's value approaches its 2023 peak. Investors can earn between $615 and $645 per $1,000 principal in the buyback. In a bold financial move, Coinbase Global Inc., a leading force in the world of cryptocurrency, has signaled its intention to reclaim a chunk of its outstanding junk bonds. This maneuver comes as the cryptocurrency's giant's valuation teeters close to its annual zenith. Let's see, bond buybacks, a growing corporate trend. Coinbase isn't venturing into uncharted waters with this decision. There's been a noticeable trend of corporate entities repurchasing debt, a decision driven by soaring interest rates, which could punch holes in their refinancing plans. Take Warner Brothers Discovery Incorporated, for instance. Just last week, they disclosed plans to reclaim bonds amounting to nearly $2.7 billion. These bonds are due to mature between December 2023 and June 2024. Similarly, Verizon Communications Incorporated didn't lag, amplifying its bond buyback stakes to over $2.7 billion on Tuesday. So there are a lot of companies doing this, not just crypto companies or Coinbase. OpenAI's GPT bot takes on the web, what you need to know. Good question. The tool's primary function revolves around web crawling, a process wherein a bot, often referred to as a web spider, indexes website content across the vast expanse of the internet. This new web crawling endeavor follows OpenAI's recent filing for a trademark application for GPT-5, the projected successor to the existing GPT-4 model. OpenAI's founder and CEO Sam Altman cautioned that the firm is still a considerable distance away from commencing GPT-5 training. So it'd start doing basically what Google does and going through the internet and figuring out which website talks about what. That could be interesting. Hello, Akijul Islam 1234. Nice to have you with us. There's a sudden temperature change here. Very, very strange. I talked about those. Binance sold a ton of cryptos amid Silvergate collapse. Binance's USDC reserves dramatically dropped after Silvergate's collapse. The exchange bought significant amounts of Bitcoin and Ethereum during this period. Coinbase CEO hints Binance traded USDC for another stablecoin. Do we know that? Do we know that for sure? I'm looking at these numbers and they're not telling me anything. The crypto chessboard saw Binance making strategic moves immediately after Silvergate's downfall on March 12th. While on the one hand, the company began transitioning its customers' USDC to its native Binance USD or BUSD, on-chain data uncovers an even more intriguing tale. A massive conversion of its USDC reserves into Bitcoin and Ethereum commenced post-haste. Alexander Jakovich, a prominent on-chain analyst, brought to light that between the fateful dates of March 12th and May 1st, Binance reportedly acquired an estimated 100,000 Bitcoin and 550,000 ETH. The sum total of this crypto acquisition, a cool $3.5 billion, mirroring the exact surplus of USDC it once had. The exactitude of these figures and their timing is more than a little suspect. Coinbase's CEO Brian Armstrong, never one to mince words, took a veiled jab during a recent earnings call. He insinuated that Binance had swapped out USDC for another stablecoin, further fueling the speculation and skepticism regarding Binance's true intentions and actions. That's interesting. It's a proof of reserves, money for Binance just moved. Hello, Binance user 4D786. Nobody on YouTube yet, looks like. That's fine, that happens. I think I might share this. Oh yeah. That is how this works. Alright, just a second. Just sharing that for more people to be able to get a chance to actually see this. All right, let's get back to the news. So let's see. Bank of England takes charge of stablecoins regulations. So nobody else in the UK is doing anything about it, or? So just so you know, there's a strange thing in the UK where there's the Bank of England, Bank of Scotland, Bank of Northern Ireland, and Bank of Ireland, which all still exist and all print pounds, which is very interesting. And the Bank of Northern Ireland was bought by Danske Bank, so like the big Danish bank. So you have, if you go to Northern Ireland, you'll have quid or pounds that have Danske Bank logo in the middle, unless they sold, but that was the case last time I was there. So it's fairly interesting to see. So, the primary thrust of the government's stance to establish a collaborative supervisory arrangement for these stablecoins involving both the Bank of England and the Financial Conduct Authority, or FCA. A unique aspect of this approach grants the Bank of England the authority to forestall the FCA from undertaking actions related to a stablecoin provider. That's interesting. So the balance of influence between the financial entities would be in the favor of the Bank of England then. This development emerges from a comprehensive 40-page response to a consultation process which was unveiled by the esteemed His Majesty's Treasury on the 7th of August. This consultation, headlined Payments Regulation and the Systemic Perimeter, was initially initiated by the UK government in 2022, aiming to garner market input on overhauling the Bank of England's payments perimeter. This restructuring was prompted by the shifting landscape of financial stability risks. Interestingly, this concept of a dual supervisory regime was first introduced in the Stablecoins Consultation Response document of 2022. However, a unique aspect of this approach grants the Bank of England the authority to forestall the FCA from undertaking actions related to a stablecoin provider. Similarly, the Prudential Regulation Authority would also wield the power to prevent the FCA from pursuing specific actions that could potentially trigger concerns about financial stability. Elaborating on the specifics, the document elucidates that a majority of respondents expressed their support for the Bank of England's primary role in supervising future payments entities endowed with systemic significance. Nevertheless, some respondents sought greater clarity regarding the boundaries of the bank's authority. In a previous discourse in July, Andrew Bailey, the governor of the Bank of England, asserted that both cryptocurrencies and stablecoins fall short of fulfilling fundamental criteria for singularity and the finality of settlements, thereby making their classification as money untenable. Instead, Bailey advocated for the development of enhanced digital money. So he doesn't call them money. That's interesting. U.S. senators press Biden on North Korean hackers and crypto. Which ones? Senators Elizabeth Warren, Tim Kaine, and Chris Van Hollen lead the call to action. North Korea's crypto actions believed to fund its nuclear weapons program. That makes sense since they don't really export anything. Let's see. The clarion call from the senators comes at a time when the Biden administration is already knee-deep in various domestic and international issues. These senators have been pivotal in leading the charge, pressing for comprehensive measures to understand and counteract the risks associated with North Korea's cryptocurrency maneuvers. Their correspondence, aimed at the heart of the nation's financial intelligence and national security sectors, is candid in its warning. It underscores North Korea's alarming penchant for exploiting digital assets to dodge international checks and balances, like sanctions. The senators didn't mince words, demanding the administration unveil their strategy against North Korea's cryptic endeavors. Their inquiry was multifaceted, seeking clarity on the Treasury's intentions and action plan against the looming threats. So North Korean affiliated hackers with entities like the Lazarus Group and the Spotlight reportedly pocketed a staggering $1.7 billion in cryptocurrency through various digital heists. That'd be enough to finance military, let alone a few missile tests. PayPal stablecoin launch births wave of fake copycats. Come on. Supposed to be a bunch of adults, but I guess not. Hi, Danu D90, Binance user B7 BAB. What is Maniru Zaman 1998? Nice to have you guys with us. All right. Analysts warn traders over new honeypot scam method. PayPal stablecoin copycats created across diverse networks. These imitative tokens have been created across various blockchain networks, including BNB Smart Chain, Ethereum, and Coinbase's latest Layer 2 solutions, Base. Notably, the authentic PayPal USD token was introduced in November 2022 and is verifiable via its designated contract address. PayPal has explicitly outlined that the genuine PayPal USD token is intended for transactions between verified PayPal accounts and compatible wallets. This underscores the improbability of any tokens carrying the same ticker being legitimate when found on decentralized exchanges like Uniswap. Among these counterfeit PYUSD tokens, the largest offender emerged on the Ethereum blockchain, accumulating a remarkable $2.6 million in trading volume mere minutes after PayPal's stablecoin announcement. Despite a meteoric surge of over 30,000% within the initial 8 hours, this imposter token subsequently plummeted by more than 66% from its peak value. I'm sure the person that put it up there sold it as fast as possible. How can I contact you? If you want to reach out to the show, I can actually give you email here and see what you think of that. Politan. There you go. That's how you can contact me. All right. In a quirky twist, one such token dubbed Pipe Yield Unibot Satoshi Doge chose a slightly humorous approach to mimic PayPal's stablecoin. Its token managed to achieve an astonishing 3,000% surge. I don't understand what's going on. In value, within just 4 hours. Many of these bogus PYUSD tokens, also likely honeypots, a term used to describe tokens that trap investors. These tokens render their purchasers unable to sell and effectively force them to relinquish their cryptocurrency holdings. Analysts warn traders over new honeypot scam trends. So we've seen this before. All right, let's see what else is going on. Let's see. Brazil's central bank announces the official name of its digital currency. What's it going to be? Something hard to pronounce, probably. Brazil's central bank has officially named its new central bank digital currency, CBDC, Drex, short for digital real. That's not that hard to pronounce. Okay. The announcement came during a live broadcast to the Central Bank of Brazil's YouTube channel. The name is a fusion of digital, real, electronic, and transaction, signifying the innovative elements of the currency. Drex's launch builds on the success of Pix, a Brazilian platform that facilitates instant, fee-free electronic funding transfers using QR codes and user-friendly identifiers like phone numbers and email addresses instead of traditional account numbers. That's fascinating. We also saw that the CBDC could be used to just, take money out of your account or change how much money you have in your account at any given time. This doesn't seem very safe. Hello, Learby, Lechgar 944LX, and Ameritarek. Thanks for the 2 coffees, lollipop, and flour. That's a bit much. That's funny. So, alright, so let's see. Mango Markets faces internal issues amid legal battles. Nearly a year after an alleged crypto market manipulation incident involving Avi Eisenberg, the blockchain-based trading protocol Mango Markets finds itself entangled in financial difficulties. Stakeholders are grappling with escalating legal costs, and initial voting results suggest a hesitancy to continue funding these expenses. Mango Labs, the primary entity behind the Solana blockchain-based Mango Markets exchange, is facing a cash shortage. It depleted its entire 2023 budget of nearly $2 million ahead of schedule, leaving it financially strained. Mango Markets DAO divided over releasing funds for legal battles. With impending regulatory inquiries on the horizon, the company behind Mango Markets is seeking approval from Mango DAO, the decentralized autonomous organization overseeing the protocol, for an additional $2 million in legal expenses. Voting on this matter is done using Mango DAO's MNGO tokens. However, Mango DAO voters have exhibited reluctance to approve the requested funds. Recently, they rejected the funding proposal presented by Mango Labs founder Daffy Durairaj. One voter characterized the situation as a money pit, prompting project insiders to demand greater transparency regarding the company's budget management. As reported by Realms, approximately $89 million is held within the Mango DAO treasury. However, the majority of these funds are tied up in MNGO tokens, potentially lacking the necessary liquidity for swift sales. The primary source of funding for the legal expenses is expected to stem from a $15.3 million reserve of dollar-linked stablecoins, primarily denominated in USDC within the Mango DAO treasury. That's not... Legal battles with the SEC doesn't look fun. Binance snags El Salvador crypto exchange license. Nice. Binance becomes the first fully licensed crypto exchange in El Salvador. They secured both the Bitcoin Services Provider license and the Digital Asset Services Provider license. Binance now has approvals in 18 global markets, outpacing competitors. The move showcases El Salvador's progressive stance on crypto, having recognized Bitcoin as legal tender in 2021. Min Lin, Binance's top honcho for Latin America, didn't mince words while highlighting the significance of this milestone. Without echoing his exact sentiments, it's evident that Binance has been tenacious, working hand in glove with regulatory agencies to not only meet, but often set gold standards. It's nice to have some good news every once in a while. Crypto today, here's what happened in the market. So this is from yesterday. Binance, the leading crypto behemoth, has won operational licenses in El Salvador. Kathy Wood, CEO of ARK Invest, and Mike Novogratz, CEO of Galaxy Digital, are both optimistic about the imminent approval of a spot BTC ETF. Binance's proof of reserves from August the 1st show that the exchange converted its USDC reserves into Bitcoin and Ether immediately after Silvergate Bank failed. Bots on Telegram continue to create a trading buzz in the crypto community. Let's turn to more recent news. Circle launches programmable wallets to simplify blockchain app development and foster crypto adoption. The platform allows customization for user and developer-controlled wallets and is available on Ethereum, Avalanche, and Polygon networks. The initiative aims to expand stablecoin payments in the real-world economy, enhancing user experience and fostering blockchain adoption. Circle has announced the launch of programmable wallets. This new product line is designed specifically for developers, empowering them to embed secure crypto wallets into any application and utilize the speed and reach of Web3 technology. Programmable wallets, the first in Circle's Web3 services, answers the pressing need to simplify the development of blockchain-powered apps to encourage wider adoption. Though blockchain networks like Ethereum have evolved substantially, fewer than 0.5% of the world's 100 million developers are actively involved in building crypto-related applications. The new offering abstracts the complexities surrounding aspects like private key security, blockchain node operations, transaction management, and cross-blockchain interoperability. This allows developers to focus on their applications without getting entangled in these intricate details. Depending on their use cases, developers can tailor their wallets to the user experience that best fits their application, choosing the best security and control configurations. The product's core features include user-controlled wallets, developer-controlled wallets, robust REST APIs, iOS and Android SDKs, webhooks for real-time updates, wallet operations, dashboards, and MPC cryptographic security. That was MPC, not NPC, if you're wondering. Hi, Binance user CC8DB, Crypto Official 5, Binance user 98990, Nihuyata Sebe Trader, and Lalaland 777. Nice to have you guys with us. All right. Last page of news. Let's see what's going on. House Speaker McCarthy calls for President Biden's bank statements amid impeachment inquiry preparations. Yeah, if you haven't been following this, this has been a long time in the coming. in the making, as we say. McCarthy demands Biden's bank statements amid impeachment inquiry preparations. The inquiry could empower Congress to obtain resisted information and lead to impeachment articles. The inquiry's start could be delayed to October, pushing a final impeachment vote to January. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has called on President Biden to release his bank statements to dispel allegations of benefiting from his family's foreign business dealings. This demand comes as Republicans prepare to launch an impeachment inquiry as early as next month. McCarthy asserts that sufficient evidence suggests that the Biden family needs to demonstrate that there was no pay-to-play scheme involved in their foreign business transactions. The call for transparency is rooted in a controversial WhatsApp message dated July 30th, 2017, where Hunter Biden, the president's son, wrote to a Chinese government-linked businessman that he was sitting here with my father. Following this message, approximately $5 million was transferred into Biden-linked bank accounts. The White House has not yet responded to McCarthy's demand for the president's bank statements. So, this has been a long time in the making. As early as the even before Biden was vice president for Obama, there were some shady dealings between his family and foreign companies and foreign governments. So it's not surprising. Hi, Get Rich Now. Welcome to the show. There are reasons for this to happen. It's not just out of nowhere. It's something that isn't in the media very often, but it's actually pretty. There's a lot of damning evidence for that. Cardano spearheads blockchain development in Africa through Mithril expansion. Cardano collaborates with the Africa Blockchain Center for an intensive 2-month training in Kenya, focusing on Haskell programming, Marlowe and Plutus, intelligent contracts, and more. This initiative is part of Cardano's broader mission to foster blockchain innovation in Africa and establish itself as a leader in the move towards a decentralized Web3 future. So Cardano needs more developers that can make smart contracts. Haskell's not generally a fun language for developers to use, so getting more people on board is important for Cardano's survival. Blockchain Capital's X account hacked to advertise intriguing fake token claim. What's going on here? Blockchain Capital X account, or Twitter account, was hacked and used to promote a token claim scam. Multiple messages were posted from Blockchain Capital's account offering a giveaway of tokens named BCAP or BCAP. Scammers appear to have gained control of the Twitter profile belonging to Blockchain Capital, a venture capital company focused on cryptocurrency, aiming to entice individuals with the opportunity to obtain tokens. Let's see. The scammers also strategically disabled the option for comments on the posts, aiming to hinder any alerts or cautions from other users regarding the potential scam. If you see that on X, also known as Twitter, don't trust it. Anyone that blocks you from commenting on something to say that it's a scam is probably a scam. The Blockchain Capital attack comes days after the FBI cautioned about criminal entities seizing control of social media profiles belonging to prominent figures within the cryptocurrency sphere. This tactic redirects users towards fraudulent imitation websites with malicious intentions. Jeremy Hogan, a prominent advocate for XRP, recently saw fraudulent posts on his compromised X account. These posts contained harmful links promoting a supposed XRP giveaway, which went on for approximately 4 days. CZ recently, like the CEO of Binance, who has 8.5 million followers, recently warned against phishing attacks. And in 2022, Kaspersky, a Russian cybersecurity and antivirus firm, disclosed a substantial surge of 40% in crypto phishing attacks compared to the preceding year. Specifically, the company detected 5,040,520 crypto phishing attacks, a significant rise from the 3,596,444 cases recorded in 2021. That's a lot of cases. All right. Crypto World welcomes PayPal USD. Stablecoin, mixed reactions from the community. We did talk about this already. Huobi Global apparently made headlines by supporting it. Muesli Swap to reimburse users following slippage misunderstanding on its DEX. Okay, let's take a look at that. That seems unusual. Despite market challenges and a decrease in its total value locked, initiatives like a DEX aggregator are introduced to enhance user experience and regain trust. Cardano-based decentralized exchange platform Muesli Swap has stepped forward with an admission of oversight regarding its slippage functionality. With the platform's reputation on the line, the team has taken decisive measures to make amends. In the rapidly evolving decentralized finance landscape, it's vital for platforms to offer transparency and clarity to their users. Cardano's fifth largest protocol, Muesli Swap, recently faced criticisms related to the high slippage rates that users have been experiencing over the last year. Oh man. Muesli Swap admits to shortcomings in slippage clarity, efforts to rectify the situation. Let's see. They're demonstrating responsibility and a commitment to their user base, announced that they would be compensating the affected users. They stated, to make amends, we will be refunding affected users who encountered high slippage on the Muesli Swap pools in the last 12 months from our project funds. This is a significant step toward restoring faith in the platform and showcasing the team's dedication to user satisfaction. Interesting. That's quite unusual. Rollbit enhances tokenomics strategy to elevate RLB token worth. The program uses daily revenues to acquire and burn RLB tokens from various platform segments. The goal is to reduce token supply, boost scarcity, and increase token value. Rollbit, the cryptocurrency gaming site, has unveiled a substantial enhancement to its tokenomics strategy, signaling a new phase for RLB tokens. An announcement by Rollbit.com's co-founder and active Twitter user, Lucky Rollbit, the platform introduced the innovative Buy and Burn program. This groundbreaking initiative is poised to redefine the dynamics of RLB tokens within the crypto gaming space. Ryan Salami reportedly considering guilty plea in FTX case. Okay, good. Good to know. We'll see how that goes. China's economy falls into deflation as consumer prices fall. Oh, hello, Jonas Gomez, Malik 4800, Molecel, Binance user DCCFA, Binance user 6D3FC, Andres 89V, and Mahdi Vital DE. That sounds extremely German. Nice to have you with us. Nice to have you with us. China's economy is facing deflation, evidenced by the contraction of consumer prices for the first time in over 2 years. The government has established an inflation target of approximately 3% for the year, which has proven challenging. So China's having the opposite problem of Europe, the US, the UK, and most of the rest of the world's economies. They're all trying to limit inflation. In July, the consumer price index experienced a 0.3% year-on-year decrease, contrasting with the previous month's status quo. Simultaneously, the producer price index, which measures the prices of goods at the factory level, saw a significant decline of 4.4% in July. So that's crazy. China's inflation trajectory took a downward turn in July, marking the first instance of negative inflation since early 2021. During that earlier period, the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic dampened demand, leading to weaker prices, particularly in the pork market. These figures emerged shortly after the data release, revealing a more substantial than anticipated decline in imports and exports in July. The diminishing global appetite for Chinese goods played a role in this trend. Retailers in China have also experienced a slump in sales, forcing those who previously stocked up on inventory, expecting a surge in post-pandemic demand, to grapple with the need to lower prices. The automotive sector has also been affected, with the price war instigated by Tesla's price reductions, prompting other brands to follow suit and reduce their prices. China's factories have been adjusting their pricing strategies to waning demand due to falling commodity prices. The year-on-year producer price inflation for June stood at minus 5.4%. Despite concerns about deflation, authorities have downplayed the risks. Liu Kuoqiang, Yokyung, Deputy Central Bank Governor, expressed confidence that deflationary dangers would not threaten China in the latter half of the year. He did acknowledge, however, that the economy requires time to normalize following the pandemic. The government has established an inflation target of approximately 3% for the year, which has proven challenging despite recent policy interventions. Lingering caution among consumers and manufacturers, attributed to a weak housing market, elevated youth unemployment, and reduced foreign investment enthusiasm in China, has contributed to this difficulty. While falling prices might seem advantageous to Western consumers, who experienced notably high inflation rates in the past year, the situation in China reflects a more complex set of economic circumstances. In the UK, consumer prices had surged 7.9% compared to the previous year's June figures, resulting in a prolonged period of declining real incomes for households. Deflation, on the other hand, can harm economic expansion, prompting consumers to postpone purchases in anticipation of lower prices. Consequently, businesses curtail their investments due to reduced profitability, potentially leading to hiring freezes or even layoffs. Hence, reports indicate that Chinese authorities have pressured prominent local economists to refrain from discussing adverse economic effects, including deflation. Jim Reed, a strategist at Deutsche Bank, pointed out that the trade data underscores the reality that both declining global demand and an internal deceleration negatively impact the Chinese economy. Meanwhile, the Biden administration has unveiled intentions to impose fresh limitations on American investments within specific advanced industries in China, as reported by individuals familiar with the discussions. Advocates of this move assert its necessity to safeguard national security, although it is expected to provoke dissatisfaction from Beijing. Wouldn't be the first time in recent history. Hello, Worker M78 and Robert 8080. Nice to have you guys with us. FTX founder faces reversed Department of Justice stance on campaign finance charges. I believe they had to drop that because that wasn't stated in the extradition treaty with the Bahamas. So the U.S. Department of Justice has changed its stance on campaign finance charges against FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried. A new indictment with 7 counts, including reinstated campaign finance charges, will be filed against Bankman-Fried. Now, so they're putting it back in, okay. The Department of Justice argues that Bankman-Fried's use of customer deposits for political campaign aligns with wire fraud claims from the initial indictment. Okay, so they're saying it's compatible with the request to the Bahamas to extradite him. That's fine. He'll probably get in trouble for that. $120 million crypto scam unveiled in India. Law enforcement authorities in India managed to apprehend the key figures responsible for orchestrating a multi-million-dollar fraudulent venture that exploited the cryptocurrency space. The extent of the deception is staggering, as reports suggest that this scheme managed to amass a staggering 1,000 equivalent to 10 billion rupees, or approximately $120 million, from unsuspecting victims. The Indian Express reported a significant breakthrough in the ongoing battle against cryptocurrency-related Ponzi schemes in India on August the 8th. Law enforcement authorities managed to apprehend the key figures responsible for orchestrating a multi-million-dollar fraudulent venture that exploited the cryptocurrency space. The scam centered around a cryptocurrency initiative named STA Crypto Token, claimed to combine cutting-edge solar technologies with the power of blockchain. The extent of the deception is staggering, as reports suggest that this scheme managed to amass a staggering 1,000 crore, equivalent to 10 billion rupees, or approximately $120 million, from unsuspecting victims. This widespread scam targeted a vast pool of individuals, numbering around 200,000. Among these were 10,000 residents of Odisha, a state in India. The fact that so many individuals fell prey to this scheme underscores the pervasive nature of the fraud and its ability to ensnare even those with a basic understanding of cryptocurrencies. The successful arrests were carried out by the Economic Offense Wing of the Odisha Police. The key individuals apprehended are Gurtej Singh Sidhu, who was the helm of the fraudulent project, and his associate Nirot Das. Sidhu, who managed to evade arrest for some time by continually changing locations, was finally caught. Jai Narayan Pankaj, the Inspector General of the Economic Offense Wing, highlighted the concerted efforts that law enforcement had undertaken to track down Sidhu, emphasizing the pursuit spanning several days. Wow. At least they caught him. 1 in 3 New York residents own cryptocurrencies. Among the key findings highlighted within the Coinbase report is the fact that a notable 19% of New York's residents who took part in the study currently hold cryptocurrencies. The report discloses an impressive figure of 692 blockchain organizations and over 800 founders that are currently based in New York State. The 4th edition of a comprehensive report series from Coinbase, a prominent cryptocurrency exchange, has just been released, putting the spotlight on New York as a prime example of cryptocurrency innovation at a state level within the United States. This report delves into the significant strides that New York has made in terms of embracing and adopting cryptocurrencies, shedding light on pivotal milestones achieved in the state's journey toward crypto integration. Among the key findings highlighted within the Coinbase report is the fact that a notable 19% of New York's residents who took part in the study currently hold cryptocurrencies. This statistic showcases the growing interest and participation in the world of digital assets among the state's populace. Furthermore, the report reveals that a striking 1 in 3 New Yorkers perceive cryptocurrencies as a vehicle for promoting fairness within the financial system. This positive sentiment aligns with their belief that crypto is not only a mode of investment, but also a promising avenue that holds substantial value for the future. An intriguing aspect underscored in the Coinbase report is New York's emergence as a breeding ground for blockchain-centric projects. The report discloses an impressive figure of 692 blockchain organizations and over 800 founders that are currently based in New York State. This thriving ecosystem signifies the state's vibrant and dynamic environment, which encourages the development and growth of blockchain-driven initiatives. As New York's residents continue to embrace the transformative potential of cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology, the state solidifies its position as a hub for innovation in this rapidly evolving field. Fascinating. PayPal's dive into stablecoins isn't what it seems. PayPal has launched its own stablecoin, PayPal USD. The crypto market is currently saturated with stablecoins like Tether and USDC. Despite pausing development due to regulatory pressures, PayPal pushes forward. It's not every day that a tech giant decides to dip its toes entirely into the murky waters of cryptocurrency, but this is precisely what PayPal has chosen to do. When PayPal announced their venture into the world of stablecoins, they weren't joining a barren landscape. They were stepping into a battleground already saturated with big players like Tether and USDC. This is like showing up to a party at midnight when everyone's either leaving or has already settled into their cliques. In fact, the cryptocurrency frenzy that had everyone talking seems to have plateaued, with no significant price surges since 2022. Yet PayPal's crypto chief, Jose Fernandez da Ponte, confidently struts in, proclaiming the timing to be perfect. He believes stablecoins are the present-day marvels of the blockchain. Touting advantages in cost, programmability, and swift settlement times, da Ponte paints a rosy picture. But here's the real kicker. He emphasizes the need for fully backed and fully regulated new entrants in the stablecoin market, implying that others might not be playing by the rules. For those closely watching, the crypto terrain isn't as solid as it once seemed. The past year and a half witnessed a sharp decline in crypto liquidity. 3 major banks, all of which were considered crypto-friendly, crumbled in less than a week. Following this, USDC, another stablecoin, lost its footing for a brief moment, leading to more skepticism around the entire stablecoin enterprise. At this grim backdrop, one would think that it's not the most opportune time for launching a new stablecoin. But da Ponte, ever the contrarian, asserts that these challenges make PayPal's stablecoin venture timely. He believes that their established infrastructure, compliance systems, and regulatory frameworks across various countries give them an edge. So, yeah, let's see. While PayPal may believe they're breaking new ground, their initiation into the crypto world was not anything but smooth. Immediately following the stablecoin's launch, a flurry of counterfeit PayPal tokens surfaced on DeFi exchanges. We talked about those. Oh, whoa. There's a lot going on over here in chat. Let's see. Hello, Aisha Khalid. Anfeli Investment, nice to have you with us. Sami Avatar 25, Shiko 123, Minodes 2222, Binance user D85A3, Keck Crypto, nice to have you with us. Interesting. So let's see, that's the. Oh, we have more news. Moody's downgrades spark plunge in U.S. mid-sized bank stocks. Moody's downgraded several mid-sized U.S. bank stocks, causing a market decline. Reasons include a slowdown in deposits, increasing funding costs, and commercial real estate risks. Europe felt the aftermath, especially with Italy's 40% bank windfall tax announcement. Oof. The tremors weren't contained to the U.S. Europe's financial scene got its share of drama too. Italy, always the dramatic one, announced a whopping 40% windfall tax on banks benefiting from the recent interest rate hikes. As a result, financial indexes across Europe nosedived. Intesa Sanpaolo in Italy went down by 8.7%, and Germany's Commerzbank wasn't far behind with 3.3% drop. Sure, Italy's finance ministry tried to control the damage by promising to limit the tax impact, but by then the damage was already done. When you raise taxes, you hurt business. That's the way it is. The Hang Seng Index in Hong Kong and China's CSI 300 Index were down by 1.8 and 0.3% respectively. The decline in China's exports and imports was far more significant than expected, putting its sluggish economic activity under the microscope. Policymakers in the country are probably tearing their hair out, trying to devise new stimulus measures to boost the sagging economy. To wrap it all up, the spotlight now shifts to China's inflation figures, but given the recent turn of events, I wouldn't hold my breath for good news. Yep, there's a lot going on that's not good economically right now for China, at least, and then Europe having bank issues, the US having bank issues. Because of the high interest rates, Bitsonic CEO busted for $7.5 million heist in South Korea. The rest comes in the wake of a grave investigation into alleged malfeasance involving embezzlement of investments and deposits from users of the exchange. The authorities claim that over a span of approximately 2 years, from January 2019 to May 2021, Shin masterminded a scheme that involved the falsification of cryptocurrency prices and trading volumes on the Bitsonic platform. This manipulation is said to have resulted in the misappropriation of roughly translating to $7.5 million from unsuspecting users of the exchange. Yikes. White House's secret plan to curb U.S.-China investments. The White House is set to introduce plans to restrict certain U.S. investments in China's sensitive technology sectors. The goal is to prevent U.S. resources from aiding China's military advancements and threatening U.S. national security. The plans will require certain investments to be reported to the U.S. government. Primary sectors of concern include semiconductors, artificial intelligence, and quantum computing. We've seen this happening for quite some time. Let's check out CoinMarketCap and see if the changes that we just saw had an effect on cryptocurrencies. Let's look at the most expensive cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is at $29,872.72, down 0.55% in the last hour, up 1.72% in the last 24 hours, and up 1.62% in the last 7 days. Ethereum is also green in the last 7 days, 24 hours, and slightly red in the last hour. At $1,860.39. BNB is at $244.95, down 0.01% only in the last hour, which is almost no change in the last hour. Up 0.76% in the last 24 hours. The Fear and Greed Index is at 53, which is kind of high. Let's see what's going on In the last 24 hours, Aptos went up 17.70%. Pepe went up 12.97%. Solana went up 6.57%. Looking at the winners right now to see why we're in the above 50 for the Fear and Greed Index. XRP at 5.96%. Chainlink at 5%. Shiba Inu at 4.42%. Uniswap at 4.40%. Then we have 3%, 2%. Quite a few things moving on up. Dogecoin going up 2.5% in the last 24 hours. Let's look at the biggest losers and see what they are. The biggest loser is 8.75% for XDC. Then we have one at 7.48%, one at 4%. Then it's immediately 2%, a 2.69% drop for Optimism, 1.75% down for Algorand, 0.86% for Bone Shiba Swap. So we're seeing a lot more ups than downs right now. XRP is at 66 cents, so it hasn't gone up much from last week. It has gone down a little bit and then back up to where it was, but it hasn't gone back up to 80 cents where it was a few right after the Ripple decision. Hello Gorjam, WG065, Sammy Avatar 25, Sarah user F3749. Nice to have you guys with us. Hello Gorjam, Aisha Khalid. Nice to have you guys with us today. So feel free to like and subscribe here or on YouTube, either way. And then I'll set up the... Oh, hello, Angel Gaddafi and Sammy Avatar 25 hours and WG065. Nice to have you guys with us. I'll set up the live stream for tomorrow in about an hour. Thank you very much for joining. Have a great Wednesday.